What the hell is wrong with her?
No, seriously.
She has an appointment to meet with her father.
You really thinking about taking him out?
It's either them or us. We got another issue. What is it, Kyle? There's no DNA and no bodies at the cabin.
Sharon? She's engaged to him having my baby.
The first lady, she came to my office the other day. She was snooping around. Then you let her. She scared the shit out of me.
Don't talk to me. I've been through enough in the last 24 hours.
All right, Oval fans. Now, look. We have the 15-second promo and the end credit promo of next week's episode, Season 2, Episode 21, entitled Powerful Hands. The synopsis: Bobby and Max plot to bring the president to a catastrophic demise. Meanwhile, Barry learns that Sharon has suffered a tragic loss, and Victoria catches Hunter as he is about to disgrace his presidency. So this is... And I'll do a separate video on this, but I think I mentioned this briefly in the episode review for The Skies Have Eyes and also on Twitter. But I really think episode 20 should have been the season finale because of the fact that the next two episodes have a lot to live up to. And I mean, Priscilla shooting Victoria and her getting shot, that would have been the perfect way to end it. Like, oh my god, and then we have to wait until like maybe January to pick up with season 3. But you know, like I said, that'll be its own video. So I think there's like maybe a 30-second teaser they haven't shown us yet. If they drop it today, I'll be pissed off because I'm recording this super early in the morning. But just so you know, if there is a 30-second promo that was shown during the commercials and I did not see, well, obviously I haven't seen it yet and I missed something, be cool about it. You can let me know in the comments, but either way, let's jump into it after you give this video a thumbs up to show you like it, and hit subscribe to help me reach 100,000 subscribers. I mean 200,000 subscribers by the end of the year. I'd really appreciate it. So the trailer it picks up weirdly, and remember I'm talking about the end credit trailer too. Priscilla, we see her, you know, looking distraught, holding the gun, and it's almost as if it's moving in slow motion, and Hunter's like, what's wrong with her? So we're kind of hearing some of the dialogue. I guess we're rehashing dialogue, or maybe Priscilla is just standing there and all of this is going on in her head. So when Hunter's like, what's wrong with her? Then it's like, you know, yeah, she's clearly something's not right, because the whole shooting and all happened in her head. So I guess you could say either, you know, Hunter or Victoria will snap her out of her trance, so to speak. But from there, we got Bobby telling Max that the First Lady has a meeting with her father, and it's either them or us because of the presidential entourage that's going to be traveling from point A, the White House, to point B, the home in Virginia where Victoria's father is. So it's pretty much now or never, and that leads to what's said in the synopsis, to bring the president to a catastrophic demise. So we also have Kyle telling Donald that there was 0 DNA or bodies at the cabin, the site of the drone strike. This may or may not lead to a couple of conclusions for them. Like, number one, Donald could put together that Lily said she was with one of her designers last night, so she could have been with Bobby. And then on top of that, we know that the entourage is going to be moving, so there'll be even more, I guess you could say, on guard about, okay, we're moving the president from the White House to this secluded area in Virginia, which we don't know exactly where the house is. I know her father said, you know, I'm at, actually, I think it was Donald that confirmed, yes, he's at his house in Virginia. We don't know, like, the specific location. Being that I live in Virginia, obviously I would have some know-how if it was mentioned, like, oh yeah, I know that place. But basically, we do know that the cabin where Bobby and Max were hiding out at is obviously in Virginia somewhere. And not only that, it's not even that far, aka a couple miles and some change from the Rakadushi compound. Max said, you know, hey, I actually went for a little walk and I had to take out one of the guys. I don't know if he meant kill or like incapacitate, but he was being questioned by one of the guys about what he was doing around that area. So we know that the cabin is kind of in the location between DC and Rockwell, Virginia. So on top of that, I'm wondering where the hell Victoria's father's house is. That would actually help fill in some of the gaps. Hopefully we learn in the next episode. But I'm just wondering if Kyle and Donald will be on guard because they're moving the president from the White House to this location in Virginia that may or may not be close to where the cabin was / the Rakadushis. That could actually mean we're in for some interesting, you know, encounters, because it seems to me that this Bobby and Max plot seems to be something that Bobby wants to do immediately, as opposed to anything that, let's say, Blakely or Martin co-signed on. So this could lead to them blowing their cover, because like I said, Kyle mentioning to Donald there was 0 DNA or bodies pretty much confirms that Max and Bobby got out alive. So if they try to take out the president now, they might actually blow their cover and get killed by the end of the season. Okay, and it looks like, you know, Barry's being checked out of the hospital at the same time as Sharon, because him and Richard are on the same elevator as Sharon and Kareem. And it's kind of funny because you see Kareem standing all cool, so I guess it's almost like, you know, Barry doesn't notice Sharon at first, you know, like he's putting on his backpack or, you know, a jacket or something. And I think, you know, Kareem and him kind of like exchange glances, but that's it. But we see Sharon kind of like with her back turned and hiding behind Kareem. So when Barry starts to go off like, what, she had my baby? She's carrying my baby and she has an engagement ring on? Because we learn in the synopsis, meanwhile, Barry learns that Sharon has suffered a tragic loss. To my knowledge, Richard never went into the room to see how Sharon was doing, so I'm thinking on the elevator it's brought up that the baby had been lost, because later on in the trailer when they're on the way back from the hospital, Sharon is in tears and she tells Kareem not to talk to her because she's been through a lot in the past 24 hours. And I think this scene is going to be great due to the fact that, like a lot of people, it doesn't seem like the baby being lost was that big of a deal, but it looks like this is finally going to take its toll, because it just seemed, you know, pretty awkward. But then again, I don't just think it's Sharon, but you just look at the fact that Kareem kind of pushed this engagement proposal on her, and before she could even get out of the bed good, you know, even lift her head, you know, she's worried about Dale, having him to have a place to stay. What about Mr. Richard? And, you know, I lost a baby. And in the midst of all that, Sharon, take this ring. So I knew right then and there, and she hasn't even said yes. She's like, I'll wear it, and I see how much you love me, and, you know, you are you know, determined to get married, but we'll see. So basically Sharon hasn't officially said yes, so I'm not going to really call her out on it, but I hope we really see the magnitude of this situation. And on top of that, it's like, well, damn, that makes Sharon looks even more worse, because it's like, hey, Kareem, let Dale live with us, but guess what? I'm going to break off this engagement and go stay with Barry again. I feel like the moment she sees Barry again, it's all going to flood back. This was all in the heat of the moment kind of thing. As soon as they'll find their way back to each other, even though they honestly, Kareem, Barry, Sharon, they're all messy. They're all messy. And I love how Richard holds Barry back. It's like, Barry, I've been enjoying your character for the past couple episodes, man, because you've been knocked out. But if you go back to the Sharon, no, my baby, no, don't do it. You've been good for most of the season. Just come on now. All right, so Alan tells Donald that the first lady came in snooping around his office looking for stuff, and Donald is just all cool. He's like, and you let her do it? She scared the hell out of me. So obviously this is after they got Jason back to the White House and everything, but it was pretty funny. And then finally, you know, this scene pretty much, they really should not have put this scene in the trailer. It all but confirms that, you know, this was all in Priscilla's head, because Jason's in bed and Victoria straight up says, you're going to prison. So I wonder what was going to happen to him by the end of the season. That'll be interesting. So with that being said, guys, the only thing that I need to bring up is Victoria catches Hunter as he is about to disgrace his presidency. Maybe this has something to do with Ellie, because at this current moment, that's really the main thing / only thing I could really see him doing to ruin it. Because remember, Hunter never told Victoria where Jason was. He just said that he escaped the White House, they found him, and they're bringing him back now. So it probably has something to do with Ellie. But with that being said, powerful hands, guys. This is some deep stuff. Trailer breakdowns don't usually go this long, but I feel like even though we don't have the full-on 30-second trailer, it's still a good amount of stuff to go over. But with that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me just double check the notes here. and I'm pretty sure I talked about everything. Obviously, the end credit trailer had more meat to it than the 15-second promo, because the 15-second promo, the only thing different that they added was the Jason and Victoria scene, because they did have a scene where Richard's in the kitchen and then two guys are, you know, going out of the area, but that's a reused scene. I think that was the scene where him and Sam were talking, and then Sam had to go, and then the two guys, because Victoria was calling her. And then there was another scene that I'm pretty sure was rehashed, and that's when Hunter was in the limo. Now, I could be wrong about this. This could be new footage where, you know, he's actually leaving the White House, but I think this is probably the scene that we saw a couple episodes ago when him and Ellie got out of the limo at the White House. So again, I could be wrong, but who knows. So with that being said, make sure you like the video, comment your thoughts, and if you want to donate to the channel, feel free to do so on PayPal or Cash App. And with that being said, I'll talk to you soon.